All right, shalom, shalom. It's Brother Yatazadak, hero of Israel. I'd like to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Today we're going to go into Proverbs chapter 19, going into the Hebrew. So Lord willing, you're edified, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Let's get right into it, right? It's Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 1. And it reads, It is good for one that lacketh to walk in his integrity. Tawab Ra'ash Rasha Halak Bathamwa Bathamawa. Than one who is perverse of lips, and he being a fool. Ma Aikwash Shapatyawa Wahawa Kasayal. That word Aikwash means to be perverse. Proverbs chapter 19 and 2. Even that which has not known knowledge, that soul is not good. Gam bala daitha napash la'atawab. And will hasten with his feet unto sin. Versalakia will urge his feet to go to sin. Wa ataza ba regalium hata'a. Right, because the word na'ataza means to provoke. Right? Let's look up for the variations for haste. Awataza, to haste, labor narrow. Hawash, something that hastens, right? Mahar, to haste or to make quickly. Or something that is done quickly, right? Proverbs 19 and 2, Salakia 3. An ungodly man is a man that is overthrown in his way. Awalath Adam Dasalap Tarakwa. And against the Lord, he rages with his heart. Wa'al Yahweh Ya Za'ap Labwa. Let's look at that word, Za'ap. Proverbs 19 and 3. Right, which really means to fret, right? Because the wicked are disquieted by the ways of righteousness. It is a grievous thing unto them. So Za'at, Strong's H2196, to be fretted. Right, let's look up that word, to fret. To be constantly or visibly worried or anxious. So really it would read, and against the Lord they were anxious in heart. Proverbs 19:4. With multitudes there is added many companions, even many, which is riches, right? Multitude of riches. Hawan, Yasayap, Rayam, Rabiam. And the feeble, his neighbor breaketh away from him. Wadal ma raya wa ya parad. The word dal means to be feeble. Parad means to break off. As in the poor man, right, even loses his last friend. But the rich have many companions, even a multitude of companions. Proverbs 19:5. A witness of falsehood will not be innocent, and he that spreadeth lies will not slip away. Ad shaquarium la'a yanakwa waya payach kazabium la'a yamalat. Right, so that word shaquar means falsehood, lies. Nakwa means to be innocent. Payach means to spread out. Kazab is untruthfulness, lies. Malat means to slip away, as in to escape. Proverbs 19:6. Many entreat the face of the noble. Rabiam Yachal wa Panya Nadyab. And every fellow is a man, is to a man, or Slakia. And all are friends to a man that giveth gifts. Wakal Haraya La Ayash Mathan. Because that word Yachal, or Salak Yachal, it literally means to rub together, right? To rub, right? Like they say in the world, rubbing shoulders, right? Networking, right? So many court the favor of a noble, and all of our friends to one that giveth gifts. Let's look at the header for this chapter. So it says, on life and conduct. all the brethren of he that lacks is despised, is despised of them. Call Achia Rasha Shanawa. Also, because he that is his neighbor is afar off from him. Kaya ma raya wa rakakwa ma manawa. He that pursues words says when I be unto him. Right, as in, right, the poor man is despised by his brethren. Even his neighbors are afar off from him. He chaseth them with words, right? And they hearken not unto him. Essentially, that's what that says. So it says, Ma radap amarium la'a hama. He who acquires, he who possesses his heart loveth his soul. Quana lab ahab napashwa. And he that keepeth understanding findeth good. Shamar taba wana la mataza'a tawab. Psalms 19 and 9. A witness of lies will not be innocent. Ad shaquarium la'a yanaqua. And he that spreadeth lies will be destroyed. Waya payach kazabium ya abad. Or he will perish. Psalms 19 and 10. It is not desirable unto a fool to be delicate. Also, because a servant rules over princes. La'a na awa la kasyal ta ainag ap kaya la ibad mashal basharium. Right, so a fool is not a gentle one, right? A fool is harsh, rash, froward, right? Delights in folly. And it says, also because a servant is rules over princes. Let's look at that word ainag. Because what does the scripture say? The world is at a chorus. right? It's turned up as if it's turned upside down because those that are supposed to be ruling are not ruling, right? Which are the sons of God, which are the Israelites, which are the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. The chosen, right? Those who received the law, the two tablets in the Mount Sinai, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? 12 tribes. Let's get that real quick. Salakia, let's get that real quick. Psalms chapter 82 and verse 1. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. Right? That is talking about the heavenly host. Right? You have the Most High God, Yahweh. Right? And you have the heavenly council. Right? The angels on the left and on the right, which are spirits, ministers of flame and fire. Right? That dwell in the fourth dimension. Right? That which is not seen cannot be perceived. Right? Psalm chapter 82 and verse 2. How long will you deal unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Selah. Psalms 82 and 3. Defend defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Right? So this is the Most High God, right? Speaking unto those to whom he gave rule, right? Which are the Israelites, right? Because Israel, right, went off as a nation, right? They went off, they received the law, statutes, and commandments placed in their land, given a goodly heritage, right? But they despised walking in the way of the Lord, right? So we got what we deserved, right? We're still paying for it unto this very day. Let's get another precept. Give you some hidden manna. Salakia. Because when Ezra was talking with the angel, right? The angel said unto him, I believe that was Uriel. He said, "Can thou measure the waters, the flames of the fire? Can thou perceive, right, where the winds of the heavens blow?" Or something to that effect, right? Because Ezra, right, he was complaining, right, like a biatch, right? He was saying, "Oh, Heavenly Father, why did this happen to us?" You know, and that's the mindset 2/3 of our people are in. You say, "Well, if God, was God, why would He put His people through slavery?" Right? That's because of the doings of man, right? Let's get that real quick. Slovakia. Because you see, that is the problem with people. It is the pride of life, right? The light of the eyes is not fully enlightened, right? Scriptures say that if you have darkness in your eyes, how great is that darkness? That's what Yahushua said, right? So there's no in between. It is uh, um, what is in your mind, right? And the problem is, right? People are too comfortable, right? They don't search out wisdom because they're either lazy, they're afraid, right? Fear is a major factor, right? And overall, right? There's no inspiration, right? So it says, this is a book of Second Esdras, chapter 4, and Second Esdras chapter 4 and verse 1. Salakia. And the angel that was sent unto me, whose name was Uriel, gave me an answer, right? And he said, thy heart hath gone too far in this world, and thinkest thou to comprehend the way of the Most High, right? That's the problem with our people. They're too caught up, right? They're in too deep to worldly things, right? Second Ezra chapter 4 and verse 4. Whereof, if thou canst declare me one, I will shew thee also the way that thou desirest to see, and I shall shew thee from whence the wicked heart cometh, right? That cometh, right, by leisure, by being contentful, right? Second Ezra chapter 4 and verse 5. And I say, tell on, my Lord. Then said he unto me, go thy way, weigh me the weight of the fire, or measure me the blast of the wind, or call me again the day that is past, right? So second Ezra chapter 4 and verse 8, right? Because the archangel Uriel perceived that Esdras would wiggle his way out of this question. So he said, Second Ezra 4 and 8, peradventure thou wouldst say unto me, I never went down into the deep, nor as yet into hell, neither did I ever climb up into heaven. Right? Nevertheless, now I have asked thee, right, only of the fire and wind, of the day wherethrough thou hast passed, and of the things from which thou canst not be separated. And yet canst thou give me no answer of them? 2 Esdras 4 and 10. He said, moreover unto me thy known things, and such as are grown up with thee, canst thou not know. Right? Basically, right? You're not supposed to know everything. Right? Because he was given a charge, right? The Archangel Uriel, right? And he was to reveal certain things to Ezra. 2 Esdras 4 and 10. He said, moreover unto me thy known things, and such as are grown up with thee, or Salakia. 2 Esdras 4 and 11. How should thy vessel then be able to comprehend the way of the Most High, or Salakia, the way of the highest, and the world now being outwardly corrupted, to understand the corruption that is evident in my sight? Right? That was the Lord speaking through Uriel, right? That's why he said, right? How does your vessel, how can it comprehend these things, right? Because when you're in a heavenly body, right, the knowledge, the comprehension is instantaneous, right? Unlimited, right? You got to keep in mind, Ezra was speaking to an enlightened being. He wasn't talking to a human, right? Second Esdras chapter 4 and 13. And he said unto me, I went into a forest, into a plain, and the trees took counsel, and said, come, let us go and make war against the sea, that it may depart away before us, and that we may make us more woods. The floods of the sea also in like manner took counsel, and said, come, let us go up and subdue the woods of the plain, that there also we may make us another country. Right? The floods of the sea, right, were the Canaanites, right? But also it represents the nations, right? Coming up against the remnant. That forest in the plain, the trees, right, were and are the Israelites, right? Because what? They received by Moses the knowledge that they would inherit, right, the Holy Land, right? And they were commanded to destroy the Canaanites, which is why they said, let us make war against the sea, that it may depart from us, and that we may make us more woods, as in more habitations, right? So the floods of the sea, right, took counsel against the Israelites, right? You have Balaam was hired by Balak, right? To what? Curse Israel, right? So they took counsel, right? There is a counsel also in these latter days, Psalms 83. Right? They said that there also we may make us another country. Right? Because the spoils of war were what? The women, right? The raiment, the treasures that one had, right? So the women were the spoils of war, the choice spoils of war. Because through that, you would multiply your people. 2 Esdras chapter 4 and 16, the thought of the wood was in vain, for the fire came and consumed it. Right? which it says, let's go make war. Let's go make war. Right? So the thought of the wood was in vain, for the fire came and consumed it. Right? Because the Israelites received, right, their portion, their land. They received a goodly law. Right? But they rebelled, they were consumed, they fell away. Right? Which we all fell away into a Gentile state of mind. Right? 2 Esdras 4:17, the thought of the floods of the sea came likewise to naught, for the sand stood up and stopped them. Right? And what comes to mind is Isaiah, right? When they shall come in as a flood, the Lord will lift up a standard against them, right? And really, and that happened to the Canaanites as well. Their thought came to naught, right? They said, look at this great people. They are headed out from Egypt. They heard the report of the Lord, right? Second Esdras 4:18, if thou wert judged now between these two, whom thou wouldest thou begin to justify, or whom wouldest thou condemn? Right? The angel Uriel, Archangel Uriel said that to Ezra, right? So, okay, whose side are you on, basically, he said, right? Who are you going to justify? Who are you going to condemn? Tell me thou, what thou sayest, right? 2 Esdras 4:19, and I answered and said, verily, it is a foolish thought that they both have devised. For the ground is given to the wood, and the sea also hath his place to bear his floods. Right? The wood is the nation of Israel, right? Which the earth is given unto us, right? And the sea, the nations, right? They have their place, right? In wickedness, right? But at the end of the day, right? Scriptures say that living waters will go forth from the east and to the west, right? So this knowledge, when it floods the earth, when the destruction comes, right, Israel will rule. Second Esdras 4:20. Then thou answered he unto me and said, thou hast given me a right judgment, but why judgest thou not thyself also? Right? Second Esdras 4:21. For like as the ground is given unto the wood, and the sea to his floods, even so they that dwell upon the earth may understand nothing. But that which is upon the earth, and he that dwelleth above the heavens, may only understand the things that are above the height of heavens. Right? So it's not for us to decide, okay, well, this is that and that is this. Right? Why is this happening this way? Right? We're only given a certain portion in order to foresee, right, what Yahweh Bashim Yahushai will bring on the earth. But anyways, right, there's more to that, but I might do a lesson another time, right? So really, it's beyond, right, what the human thought can perceive. right? Because the work of the Lord, right, is too great. At the end of the day, we are as ants, as specks in the Lord's work. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 11. A man of insight is slow to anger. Shakal Adam Ta Aryaka Apwa. And it is comely unto him to overlook upon a transgression. Watha Pa'arathwa Ibar al Pashai. Right, but really it would read, and it is comely unto him to go beyond right, a transgression. As in to let it fly, right? Proverbs 19 and 12. Let's see. The disquietness of he that is like a young lion that is fretted is the king, right? Nahama Ka Kapyar Zayap Malak. Right, as in, right, when a ruler, right, is disquieted, right, he's not going to be that lion, right? He's going to turn into a child, to a young lion, right? He's going to be fretted, right? The king, right? And that leads to what? Rash decisions, rage, right? Instead of holding your position, right? When you're disquieted, you're fretted, you become bashful. And like dew upon the grass, um, and like dew that falleth upon the grass is his favor. Wakatal al Aishab Ratazawanwa. Right, that word tall means dew, but it also means to drop, right? So really it would say, and like the dropping, that which drops upon the grass, right, is acceptable unto him, right? so you go to war, but you don't use your whole army, right? Yeah, some drops, some of them may fall, right? But still, right? You still have favor, right? Because you showed your subjects that you went to war. Proverbs 19 and 13. He that has fallen to his father, he is a son of a fool. Chawath la abyawa ban kasayel. As in a son that is good for nothing, right? Unto his father is a son of a fool. Because that word hawath, right, goes back to hawa, meaning to fall. And like a dropping that followeth close is a contentious wife. Wadalap tarad madayanya asha. Right? For example, you have a leak, right? And it's very close and it's always dropping on you. That is a contentious wife. Always nagging. Always, right? Cleaving, right? Let's look at that word tarad. Proverbs 19 and 3. 13, Salakia. Strong's H 2956. Tarad, to thrust. The Arabic says tarad, to thrust, to push forward. Tarad, the Arabic says to pursue. Prolong one's voice. Continue uninterruptedly. To pursue, chase, to be contentious. To follow close, right? Tarad, to follow close. The word dalab means to drip, right? Deuteronomy chapter 32 says, my doctrine will drop as the dew from the heavens, right? That word is irap. Irap, Strong's H 6201, to drop down, right? Dalap signifies a dripping, right, of water, right? Proverbs 19 and 14. A house and multitudes is an inheritance unto fathers. Bayath Wahawan Nachalath Abawath. as in property and riches. And from the Lord, one begets a wife of insight. Wama Yahweh Asha Ma Shakalath. Proverbs 19 and 15. Slothfulness leadeth to snoring. And an idle soul is led to hunger. Aitazala tha payal tha radama. Aitazal means to be sloth, right? To be slow in understanding, slow in learning, laziness, slothfulness, right? That word payel, right, just means to fall, napal. Let's look at that word, Proverbs 19 and 15. Salakia. Proverbs 19 and 15. Tha radama, deep sleep. Deep sleep, trance, a lethargy, trance, deep sleep. The root is radam, Strong's H7290. To snore, to sleep heavily. Which is why halab means fat, right? Because when you overeat, right, and then you lay down early and sleep, right, you're not processing that food, right? It makes you fat. Let's look at that word ramya, right? Because it means to beguile, right? Or to speak guile. But it also means to be slack, right? Marama. Why? Because when you're trying to throw off somebody, right? And you're speaking guile, you're saying what they want to hear, but you're making excuses. Ramya, a letting down or relaxing of the hands. Indolence. Indolence. The Arabic says, Rama, to be slack and remiss, spoken of any affair. Deceit, treachery. Guile, to be idle, right? As in buying time. Rayab means to hunger. Let's get that real quick. See that? Let's type into hunger. Salakia, actually. Never mind, it didn't pull up. Let's see. Let's get that real quick. Slakia, just bear with me. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. See if we can get that. That's not it. Let's go back to, let's get this right here. Proverbs 16 and 26. All right. Strong's H 404, a cop, right? Which is what? An appetite, right? Let's see. Proverbs 18. Salakia 19. Let's see. Proverbs 19:16. He who keepeth the commandment keepeth his soul. Shamar Matazawa Shamar Napashwa. He that despiseth his way will die. Baza Darak Yawa Yamawath. He who is generous unto the Lord showeth favor unto the feeble. Malawa Yahweh Hanan Dal. And his reward will be recompensed unto him. Wa Gamalwa Yashalam Lawa. Because that word Lawa means to lend. Hanan meaning favor. Dal meaning one that is feeble. Gamal means to reward. Shalom means recompense. Proverbs 19:18. Discipline, or Salakia, rebuke your son, because there is still hope. Yasar Banka Kaya Yasha the Kwa. That word Kwa means a rope. Right? So really it will read, right, rebuke your son because there is a rope in your hand, right? Because you have a rope. It's a way to say that by rebuking your son, you're extending an olive branch. Because you have a rope in your hand, right? Instead of teaching him, right, to kill himself, right? May sound a little harsh. Instead, you're going to beat him with it. Right? So it doesn't actually mean hope. It just means a rope. And do not kill him. Because, let's see. So that you do not bear, you do not bring a burden to your soul. Al Tasha'a Napashka, right? So it's saying, chastise your son while there is hope, right? Chastise him, but don't kill him, so that you do not place a burden upon your soul. Proverbs 19:19. He that is great in wrath will bear his punishment. Gadal Chama Nasha Einash. Gadal meaning great. Chama is denoting anger. Nasha means to bear. Einash means to find, but it also means what is it? To chastise, right? Or a punishment. Because if you deliver him, and will do it again, right? A man of a hot-tempered individual, right? Let him bear his iniquity, right? Do not deliver him because you'll have to do it over and over, right? Over and over again. Kaya am tazayol wa iwad tasat. Iwad meaning again, right? Tasap, the root is asap, meaning to gather. And again, you will gather him, right? Because then you will have to get him out of that situation over and over again, right? Proverbs 19 and 20. Listen unto counsel and receive rebuke, so that you may be wise in your latter end. Shammai Aitaza wa Kwabal Masar Lamayan Ta Hakam Ba Achoriath Ka. The word Kwabal means to receive, right? So if you say receive a gift, Kwabal Mathan. Or gifts, Kwabal Mathanath. Proverbs 19 and 21. There is many imaginations in the heart of man. In the counsel of the Lord, he will establish it. And by the counsel of the Lord, he will establish it, right? Rabath Ma Chashabath Balab Ayash Wa Aitazath Yahweh Haya the Quam. Because it says he will raise it up. Because you have some that say Haya means she, right? Hawa and Haya are interchangeable. It just means he. But if you want to write she, it would be Haya Aha. Does it? Proverbs 19 to 22. The desire of man is his shame. Ta'awath Adam Chasadwa. Right? So the word chasad, right, means what? Kindness, but kindness leads to shame, right? So it's interchangeable. And it is good to lack than to be a man that lies. Watawab Rash Ma'ayash Kazab. Proverbs 19:23. To fear the Lord is life. And let's see. So it says, Yara'ath Yahawah L'chayayim. Washabai, right? And satisfaction, right? So to fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai leads to life and contentment, right? He that tarries in him will not be visited of evil. Yalayan Bal Yapakwad Raya. Right? It literally reads as, he that tarries, right, will not be visited of evil. And what? The fear of the Lord. Proverbs 19:24. There is a slothful one that buries his hand in prosperity. Taman Aitazal Yadwa Ba Tazalachath. The word taman means to bury, right? Aitazal meaning a slothful individual, right? Because the scriptures say what? In the book of Proverbs, to buy the truth and sell it not, even wisdom and understanding, right? And it says, even to his mouth, he will not return it unto it, as in his hand, right? Because he has his hand, right, on his side, right? Because he's in prosperity, right? He trusts in his prosperity, right? When you should always be looking to see what the next move is, right? It says, Gam al Payawa La'a Yashayab Yashayabna. Proverbs 19:25. The scoffer will be beaten, and the simple will be clever. Or Slakiab. Smite the scoffer, and the simple will be subtle, right? La Taza, the Ka, Wapathia, Ya Iram. And to reprove a man of understanding, he will understand knowledge. waha kayach na salaki la nabawan yabayan taita. Let's get a precept. Salaki, let's get to that real quick. Let's see. You understand. Let's see where it is. Actually, I might just have to get another one. Different precept. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. Might be in this book of Timothy. Let's see. What was that second thing? 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 20. Them that sin rebuke before all, that others may fear. Right? Proverbs 19 and 26. One who does violence to his father and maketh to flee his mother is a son of shame and will be sought out. Ma Shaddad Abba Ya Baryach Amma Ban Mabayash Wama Hapyar. The word Shad or Shaddad means violence. Khapar, it means to dig or to search out a matter. Barach means a bar, but it also means to flee through, right? Proverbs 19 and 27. Cease, my son, to hear rebuke. Let's see. Right? To when you stray, right? Hadal Banya La Shamai Masar La Shagath. Because that word hadal means to leave off, right? So it's actually saying, leave off my son to hear rebuke, right? When you err, right? Because that word shag or nashag means to err or an error. So it's just saying, right? Cease from error, hear rebuke, right? from one who speaks knowledge. Ma Amaria Daitha. Proverbs 19:28. A witness of no profit scorns judgment, and the mouth of the wicked swallows up iniquity. Ad Balya'al Yalaya Tazah Mashapat Wa Paya Rashayim Ya Balai Awan. That word Bayel, right, or Belial, means one that is of no profit. Lawataza or Layataza means a scorner or a scoffer. Balai means to swallow up. Proverbs 19:29. Smite the scorner, smite the scorner, or stripes are for scorners in judgment. And beatings for the backs of fools. Nakanwa la latazayam shapatiam wama kalama la gawa kasayalayum. Because that word halam or laham, right, it means to beat. Naka means to smite. Gawa, right, that means the body. So it's actually talking about, right, beating the body of fools. Because that is where you get the word Gawaya, which means body of people. Or Gawayim, a body of people, as in a nation, heathens, right? Because the word to say back is actually Gab, right? Let's get that. Proverbs 19:29. Salakia, let's get that real quick. Proverbs 19:29. Strong's H 1460. Gawa. Gawa. The back. The middle, the mist. The belly. The back. The back, the body. So it is the body, right? Gab. Salakia, I clicked on the wrong one. Strong's H 1354. Gab. The back of animals. The back of a shield. The Arabic says Gawib. Gawib. Which is the shield. Or the Arabic says Tihar. Tihar. Back for bulwark. The hell is that? So that says Gawa Gabath, which is the bone above which the eyebrow grows, right? Uh, so it means the back. Right here it says brow or eyebrow, but that's not what it's talking about. Let's see. Get that right here. Should be on the 7th day. No, that's not it. Right? Because whenever it's denoting the eyebrow, you're going to read Gab Ayanya, which is the back of the eye, which is your eyebrow. That's how you would actually say eyebrow. But anyways, it's Proverbs chapter 19, going into the Hebrew. It's Brother Yatazadak Hero Israel. Lord willing, you were edified. And as always, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Kwam Yasha Allah, Abad Babal, Shalom.